Day off after a very busy week. I'm a pastor at a church, and we're getting ready for Palm Sunday and Easter, and we're doing some missions. And but I get to spend a little time out here in the shop, and notice I have a lot of things that are undone. Before I jump into the project, I want to just show you a couple of those things. Here is Green Man. Did the eyes, but I want to get that thing going. Get that done. Get these leaves done here. Nose. I got some finished stuff over here, and we're gonna get 3 faces started on this one. I'm gonna show you what I do. Then I got this piece of butternut when I was out at the Gathering of Wood Carvers with Vic Hood. I'm gonna do a mountain man in that, and getting that started a little bit. Get some knives on here. I gotta fix my sharpener, get some new stuff on that. Got a lot of things that need done out here. I was working on the braid for this Native American out of butternut. Got to work on the neck here and there, but I was doing this braid, and I've never done a braid before, so did a little YouTubing. But yeah, I think that turned out pretty nice. I'm liking that. And I'm not a sponsor and collab or nothing. A friend got me this Total Vice. It's crazy great. Crazy great. So I'm happy about that. So I'm gonna put this in, and what I'm gonna do with this piece of cottonwood bark. Let me turn on some more lights here. What I'm gonna do with this piece of cotton, even more lights over here. Oh yeah, I got that guy going too. I don't know if you're like me and you just get a lot of projects going, but I was power carving this guy, and yeah, I still gotta finish. This guy is a black walnut. Is so hard. It is so hard. But yeah, it's my shop, and I do a little studying over here, write some sermons, connect with the Lord in the mornings. It's kind of nice. Turn on my little heater. But anyhow, I was thinking of doing this one, and I did one years ago called Four Face and a big piece of cotton. This is a monster piece, isn't it? I think I'm going to do a face here, kind of looking this way, and then a face here looking straight. Maybe a face here or a face here looking the other way. Kind of fun. I don't know. Maybe it's not. I started digging into that. Thought I'd dig into it a little more on live. Kind of give you an idea how I start out. Get this in here. Adjust it here a little bit. There we go. Get this straight out here. Nice little arm my son got me. I want you to be able to see, and I want to be able to carve. But yeah, nice day here in southern Michigan. I live just a little bit above Toledo, Ohio. And so, yeah, I can't tell if I'm getting a good shot or not. There's where we are. This flex cut tool is really good to just get out and get things laid out, you know. So I'm gonna do that a little bit. This face isn't gonna be super wide. I have one down here, but you see this is kind of cracked and stuff. Let me bring this down a little bit. And so take off some of that. You just a little weathered there. I mean, this is cottonwood bark from British Columbia, Canada, so it's been in the winters. It's Canadian winters that I don't want to know too much about. Put a nice bearded face here. Nice little spirit face. I don't know if you can see what I'm visioning here. I'm going to go up a little bit. But I'm going to hit this. Let me just move this real quick. There we go. And then all the way down here, whoops, all the way down here, I'm going to do a little guy over here. Oh, that's going to be fun. I found in projects, my weakness is planning. I just jump into a project, and I don't think the planning, and I'm not a great drawer or sketcher, but you don't have to be. Sketching just gets it in your mind of what you want to do. And so here, we're going to do 1, 2, 3 faces. So in my mind, I have it, I had it laid out. I have it laid out on how I want to do this. Stretch this out a little bit. So I want to make the middle more over here. I want him facing this way. This guy's going to be straight. This guy's going to be facing and looking the other way. Add kind of a mysteriousness. So it catches your attention for a moment. That's what art has to do. It has to catch your attention for a moment. Something unique, interesting. So, using this to measure the circle of thirds, very important, because I've always made my faces too wide, and can't do that. I want to go straight on. I might be a little bigger. Down here, this guy's going to be smaller at the bottom. Thinking about art, I've been listening to the Maker and Mystics podcast, which is pretty great. Just thinking about art and how art has been something I didn't think I had. Even though I was musical, I played the piano, and you know, I love to write. I'm a pastor, so I come up with a new sermon every week. I don't copy people's sermons. We don't have a lectionary that tells us what to say every week. So I'm planning a service or planning a message, and there's some creativity involved in all of that. And but to get into carving, when I've never really been a painter or a sketcher, I haven't been able to really do anything like that. It's been kind of cool. And I found over the last 10 years where I've really been carving steadier than when I actually started. Really finding a peaceful spot in that. It's find a lot of peace. And I tell you right now, if stats are true, and 1 out of every 2 young people struggle with acute anxiety, I talk about to people all the time, you know, because that's what I do. I work with people my whole life. People don't find peace. It's conflict. Art brings peace because you're creating, and when you're creating, you're close to the creator. Working with your hands, says in scripture, leading a peaceful life. People are so undone, so mad, so angry. Nobody has any differentiation. And differentiation is the ability to interact with people that don't believe like you without losing who you are. Without saying, oh, I can't be with them. They don't believe like me, or they don't have the same set of core values as I do. So I can't believe like them. And we forget. And when we don't differentiate, we let anger take over, or we become the thought police, or we don't love people for who they are, just made in the image of God. You know, God has a plan and a purpose for their life. And yeah, people are just angry and upset. And I think art therapy is a great mental health thing. And every once in a while we have some young men come out here and do a little art, and they're into building and doing and staying away from social media, which brings so much anxiety, and they're staying away from all that kind of stuff. And they just love being outdoors, and they love creating and making spoons, and now they're trying to forge, and they're still in school. It's really, really cool to see. Sometimes this cottonwood bark's just as easy to knife it as doing something else with it. I'm not going to take much of this off because I don't know how much hair and stuff I want. And gonna be careful with this nose too, that I don't get a flat spot over there and not have enough meat for a nice fluffy mustache. So I hope you're a creator and a maker, and I hope that it brings you peace and contentment in a world right now where there isn't peace, in a world right now where if you don't believe or agree with every single thing. And that's another thing. I'm just really tired of having to have a position on everything. You know, the latest headline, I have to have an official opinion. What if I don't have any opinion? What if I just don't really know? Is that okay? I think it is. So I'm going to be a big advocate of that kind of stuff. All right, we'll get these eyes a little formed. And again, I'm gonna go deeper in here. I'm gonna go real deep. I got a lot of depth there. I got a lot of depth here. Let's go lower. Let's roughen this guy a little bit. There you go. Looks like that nose is kind of tore up. I have to go deeper in that thing. What happened there? It's like shredded. Give me some hair. Save here. It won't be my hair, but I just don't want to keep taking off up there. So that's been a gift to my life, art, just to be able to come out here. We all have jobs with stresses and demands upon our life and family things, and then we got a country and war and all the politics, and people watch news 24 hours a day and get brainwashed by a bunch of false prophets and forget what's really true in life and what's really real. And it's really sad. Families that are split, because of political opinions. I think those politicians care about anyone that much. It's crazy. We need more differentiation. Again, differentiation. Being able to have a relationship or a friendship with somebody who's not like you or doesn't hold your value system, and you don't lose your own, and you're not compromising your own. It takes a lot of inner strength for that. But man, don't we need that? We need that so much in our world. We need so much more love and patience and tolerance with people. I don't know what I'm going to do up here. Maybe I'll have his beard flow into his hair. Like his beard come down here and flow into his hair. That means I need to go real deep, a little more deeper in there. Oh. And that's what we'll do. Because you can always go deeper. Deeper brings shadowing. Deeper brings detail. Deeper brings depth. Makes it cooler. I'm going deeper than I feel comfortable. Because I'm going to knock that nose back. Here, let's get you up here. See, because I can always knock that nose back. You know? Notice I'm not going to hit this ball. Yeah, you want to keep the ball of the nose. I mean, if I make that smaller later, I will, but... Yeah, how about that? I don't want to take hair out there, so I'm going to give myself kind of a block. So I'll do that. Notice how I keep my one hand up here close to the behind and close to my carving. So I don't want to get up front of this. Boom, slip, boom, urgent care, boom. Afternoon's ruined. So I've done that, obviously. Pain is a great teacher. And I don't want to do that anymore, man. So look at that. Okay. We're just going deeper. And then that'll... Snows. I might take that all back before it's all over. Yeah, I might take the whole nose back. This is going to be fun. It's a fun one. I always like it when I get excited about a piece, you know? I don't know about this beard flowing into this guy. I made this awful deep. But... good stuff. Sometimes I like a pencil, but sometimes I just like a Sharpie. Give me an idea here. What's going to be going on? So, his mouth will be about right there. Just something like that. Bottom lip in there. Looks like it was naturally going this way. Maybe we can do something like that. Huh. That'll be fun. I like doing that. Oh, I haven't really looked at the comments. I apologize. It's not, this holder I have doesn't do that well. But I'm going to take a look at the comments. So let me do that in a second. If you have any questions, throw it in there. And I'm going to take this thing off of here and answer any questions that you might have. Or comments about my dialogue. I'm just talking while I'm carving about differentiation and our mental health, needing peace. Sometimes, you know, it brings me great peace. Of course, my walk in my faith with Christ, but just being silent before him, just quiet, not doing anything, not on my phone, not listening to music, which I love music. I'm a musician. I usually have music always playing. I enjoy all kinds of music, but just being quiet before him and silent and just enjoying the silence, that brings me some peace. But let me see if there's some comments here. Let me take this out of here. Spiders could fly. All right. Hello. Good example. Thank you. Good stuff. Well, it's about all I have time for today, but I'm going to live in later when I work on this, and we're going to do these 3 faces and that massive piece of cottonwood bark, and that's going to be pretty fun, isn't it? That's going to be a fun little thing. Whoa, live in Michigan too. I know of Alec Lacasse, and now you. Well, Alec is, I've spent time with Alec and know him personally. What an incredible carver. Was in his wood carving school. Drove up north of Rochester there and took lessons with him a few times for the day. Alec is a first class young man and a great carver, that's for sure. So I'm glad you know him. And Alec is a great guy. Great guy. All right. Looking good. Okay, everybody. Keep carving. Make time. Remember, it's fun to watch people carve, but it's funner to carve yourself. I guess if I say that, I won't have any followers, but keep carving. Have a great day.